Last year, I spoke about the KZG summoning ceremony, and I showed you how you could take part in it. Now, Proto-Danksharding, the update that necessitated that ceremony, is nearly here. It's expected to hit mainnet on March 13th, as part of a package of updates known as Denkun. That makes this a particularly good time to follow up on that previous video, and show you how you can verify the results of the ceremony, and claim a POAP to record your participation in it. If you don't know or can't remember what the KZG ceremony was, then here's a quick summary. Feel free to skip ahead if you already know this. The ceremony was a process used for generating a secret random number that Ethereum will use in its next major update, EIP 4844, better known as Proto-Danksharding. Proto-Danksharding requires a new cryptographic scheme called KZG commitments, which are built around this secret number. It's absolutely imperative that no one ever knows what this number is. If anyone was to know it, they could craft false commitments and ultimately cause all sorts of chaos. Ethereum wanted to generate this number in the most reassuring way possible. It wanted everybody to have extremely high confidence in the secrecy of the number, and therefore the integrity of the KZG commitments that it would produce, and so it created the summoning ceremony. In the ceremony, anyone was free to make a small contribution towards the secret number. All of those small contributions were then combined to create a single, shared secret at the end of the process. Crucially, the only way to know that final secret would be to know every single contribution that went into creating it. If just one input was unknown, then the final secret would also be unknown. In other words, the ceremony requires only a single honest participant to guarantee the secret and the integrity of the commitment scheme. More than 140,000 contributions were made throughout the ceremony, so it's pretty safe to assume that at least one of those was honest. If you took part yourself, then you can be even more certain of this, or at least you can be once you verify that your contribution was indeed included. So let's see how to do that. Just like the ceremony itself, the verification process is open to everyone. So even if you didn't take part in the ceremony, you can still reassure yourself that the results are valid by going through the verification process. Those who did take part in the ceremony can do two extra things. First, they can check their submission was included in the final result. Second, if they used sign-in with Ethereum when contributing, then they can claim a POAP to commemorate the event. I'll show you how you can do all of these things now, and as with the ceremony itself, you don't need to worry about anything being difficult or dangerous here. The entire process is incredibly easy and risk-free. You'll need to go to ceremony.ethereum.org. That's the same website that was used for participating in the ceremony itself. Then click on Verify Transcript. You'll be taken to a new screen where you'll be able to verify the results of the KZG ceremony. Initially, the Verify button will be greyed out and unclickable. That's because the verification happens on your device, and the transcript needs to download before that can happen. After a short wait, the button will change colour. Once this happens, click Verify. The verification will now take place. As you can see, the verification includes 5 steps. Each step involves a different set of tests and validations. Some are relatively simple. The sanity check, for example, just ensures that the transcript looks correct at a high level. Meanwhile, other steps are more complicated and involve some clever maths and cryptography to verify the finer details of the transcript. In all cases, you should see the status change to passed as each step is completed. If you took part in the ceremony, you can now confirm that your contribution was included. Use the text box to search for the account you contributed with. If you logged in with GitHub, then you'll need to use your GitHub handle. If you used sign-in with Ethereum, then you can search for either your ETH address or your ENS name. If you made a valid contribution, then it should now appear. You can also click on the entry to look at the details, but frankly this won't mean anything to most people. You'll now be able to claim your POAP. If you're not familiar with POAP, it stands for Proof of Attendance Protocol. They're basically digital collectibles that Ethereans like to use to record attendance or participation in certain events. They generally have very little value, so I wouldn't claim one expecting to sell it for a fortune one day. It's really just a bit of fun and something you can hold on to as a memento of what you've done. If you want to claim it, click on the Claim POAP button. If it's still greyed out and you've searched using your ENS name, try searching again with the full ETH address instead. A POAP checkout screen will open. Click on the I want this POAP button. You'll need to connect your wallet to the site and select which network you want to claim the POAP on, either Ethereum or Arbitrum. Personally, I would opt for Arbitrum as it should be much cheaper. Click on the To Checkout button and then the Buy Now button. Finally, sign your transaction with your wallet. And congratulations, You're now the proud owner of a new KZG Ceremony Contributor POAP. That's really all there is to it. It's very simple and takes very little time, so it's definitely worth checking out if you are at all interested. And if you want to learn any more about the KZG summoning ceremony or anything else discussed here, I'll put links to all of that stuff in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.